Hey there guys, it's Alyssa Lascala here from Fit with Liz, and tonight's Diet Myth Monday topic is going to be on juicing. Whether or not juicing is really as good for you as a lot of people come to believe, or that a lot of advertisements say. I was actually having a conversation with one of my business partners earlier. We were talking about different topics for the Fit with Liz membership group, and we were talking about juicing and how a lot of people have started to incorporate that, especially to get more fruits and vegetables in there. But whether or not it really is a good fit for you can vary depending on a couple different variables. So I'm going to go over the pros of juicing, the cons of juicing, and then I'm going to go over how I think that could fit best into your regimen. Hey Melissa, thanks for joining. So as far as the pros for juicing, guys, if you are doing juicing or even smoothies, we can kind of extend this to idea of smoothies or shakes, but I'll let you know the difference in those as far as where you can find the benefits and where you can't. You'll understand in a second. So as far as juicing goes, if you are literally taking a juicing machine and you're putting your fruits and your vegetables through it, it is actually just spitting out complete juice and taking away all the fiber, any type of, fibrous casing, and make it so that all that's left there is the juice in its purest form. Okay, so hey Tada, thanks for joining. So when you're doing that, it's different than if you have some type of shake or smoothie and you're just using a Vitamix, or you're using your Ninja blender, or you're using your Magic Bullet, whatever it may be, in order to be able to just blend stuff up. You really are just making it a thinner consistency for a shake or a smoothie, rather than juicing is literally just removing any of that insoluble fiber and then giving you just juice. Melissa, I know that you said that you love blending your spinach with your protein shakes, and that's not technically juicing, but no, exactly. I mean, that's one of the things that I love to do in order to be able to get my veggies in there. I don't currently juice. My dad does a lot, but we're going to get into that in a second. So really one of the biggest pros is being able to condense a lot of fruits and vegetables into just, a glass of juice for yourself. So if you're somebody like Melissa on the line, oh my God, when we first had our consultation, when we started working together as coach and client, this girl was probably the most adverse to any type of vegetable out there. She's like, I do peas and carrots and that's it. And that was a big step for her. So for me to even get her to try doing asparagus, oh my God, it was hilarious. When she told me that she first tried it, I was extremely entertained. But so for people like Melissa or your kids, or, I know my husband's picky about what vegetables he'll do, in order to be able to get that into a juicer, maybe mix it with a couple of other vegetables or other fruits in there to be able to cut that vegetable taste, you can get in a lot of vitamins, minerals, and those micronutrients in order to be able to satisfy your daily needs and kind of hide the taste of it. For example, for me, I'm not a huge kale fan. I'm not. My green veggies, I love asparagus and I love spinach. But if I want to get kale in there, I actually will put it in a smoothie, and you can do this for juicing too, but I'll put it in a smoothie with my scoop of protein powder, and I'll do half a banana, maybe sometimes like a quarter cup of pineapple juice, and it totally cuts the green flavor. Like, it'll still be a green looking smoothie, and it may still not look that attractive, but it tastes good, and I just got a servings of greens in there. Especially for breakfast, I was talking with, like I said, my business partner, Amanda Christine, and we were talking about how to get your vegetables in your breakfast. And so when it comes to breakfast, I mean, if you put it in an omelet, you can get them in there, or if you put it in a smoothie or a shake, you can get it in there. But other than that, it's kind of hard to mix it all in there. It's not like you're having a salad for breakfast. Maybe you do, and if you do, I'm not judging you. But it's a little bit more difficult, in my opinion, and with a lot of my clients, to be able to get that serving of vegetables in there. So it's a nice, easy way to do that. Melissa, I know that you said kale has a strong flavor. You can do the same thing with spinach and other leafy greens. They blend very well. So just try a little bit at a time, and you can always just stop it, taste it, and be like, hey, I could probably tolerate a little bit more. Add it in and assess your tolerance and look that way, okay? But juicing a lot of times helps people because, Melissa, when you're doing, your smoothie or your shake, you are not juicing, you're blending it all together. And so a lot of times, depending on how good your blender is and how much of the vegetable you have in there, or the fruit you have in there, you may still get the consistency. So like some people don't like putting berries, like strawberries or raspberries in their shakes or in their smoothies because they still have the seeds and it bothers them or gets stuck in their teeth. So, I mean, I'm the same way. I like putting maybe a banana in there. I'm not really a fan of stuff with seeds in my shakes because I can feel like the grittiness, everybody's different. But that is an example of why juicing could be really beneficial. So, what happens is it removes the insoluble fiber, and this can be a pro or a con. So So, the insoluble fiber of, if you're thinking of like an apple, and so really it's just going to come out like the apple juice, you're not getting all the skins and whatnot in there. This can be a pro. This can be a good thing for people that have IBS. I've had IBS my entire life. My dad has always had stomach issues, or he's gone through so many different cancer treatments and different types of medications that his stomach is just so torn up. There are people with very sensitive stomachs. If you juice and you're removing that insoluble fiber, it can be beneficial. You may feel like you can digest it better and still get the benefits of fruits and vegetables without having that insoluble fiber maybe just irritating your stomach. I don't want to say causing, inflammation and whatnot, because it's all on an individual basis. We still do need insoluble fiber, guys. It helps to, clean out the colon. It helps to clean out the gut and remove a lot of toxins. So it's necessary. But for people like my business partner, Amanda, who had, the bariatric surgery, she had weight loss surgery, it is difficult for her to even get in those fruits and vegetables without feeling totally overly full, like so weighed down, that's how full she is. So for her, juicing is one of the only ways that she can get in all the servings of fruits and vegetables and all of those micronutrients without feeling like she is just so weighed down to the point that she feels nauseous. So even if you just do it for one meal a day. Now, does she make her whole meal juice? No, absolutely not. She actually was just telling me this morning, she does, two, whole grain waffles, like 7 grams of protein that are in there. She has her juice with her fruits and vegetables. And then, she has some peanut butter or some other fat source. So it's a really well-balanced meal. So, you're able to like incorporate that in with your meal. The last pro I'll say, guys, before I get into the cons of these, is that you're able to use like produce waste in your house. So like, if you're like me and you'll be like, oh my God, I forgot about that cucumber in the fridge. Like, it's going to go bad if I don't eat it soon, but maybe it's not something that you're going to really work in with dinner or present to your family. It's not that great addition for another meal. It's an easy way to be able to like save money, because you're able to juice the carrots and the cucumbers and whatever very easily and blend them in with other fruits in there so you can barely even taste them, but you're getting the micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals, and you're not wasting money on the produce that you spend money on. So those would be the pros of it. The convenience factor, the fact that it removes insoluble fiber, it may be easier on your stomach, and you're able to, incorporate it with a bunch of other fruits and vegetables that may be floating around your fridge that you don't want to go to waste. Now, when it comes to the cons, the first one I will say is that you may be hungrier. You may find that you are not as full, because guys, it's been proven that your satiety, your level of fullness, decreases when you have something that is liquid versus a whole food. It makes absolute sense, especially because the fiber is not in there. So if your body usually has to work harder to be able to digest that fiber, and fiber slows down digestion, that means that all of these juices and all the sugars that are in your fruits and vegetables that you're juicing through are hitting your bloodstream right away. They're very like bioavailable, okay? So they can easily be absorbed, which can be a pro, but it is also a con when it comes to how fast it's going to spike your blood sugar. It can possibly, depending on what you put in your juice, how many vegetables versus how many fruits, it could actually throw off your, your blood sugar levels and your insulin levels a little bit if you have very high amounts of fruit. So Kelly, I know that you said you've been thinking of juicing and you don't like a lot of fruits and veggies. I think this could be great for you. If you're really looking at the pros and cons of what is the pro, you're getting in all those things that you normally couldn't fit in or you don't usually like, but maybe this way it's a little bit more appealing to you. The con may be, hey, maybe you want to make sure, and this is one of my major points, you want to make sure that if you have a lot of vegetables in there, like I said in my shakes, I will do primarily vegetables and maybe throw in like half a banana or like, a quarter cup or half a cup of pineapple juice or fresh pineapple. That way you're cutting the green taste, but you're getting the vegetables in there. But when you start making it just fruits, you have to think about this, guys. One orange does not equal like one serving of orange juice. So like one medium-sized orange is not equivalent to 1 cup of orange juice. You have to think about how many oranges it takes to make that cup of orange juice, first of all, so you're gonna have a lot more condensed sugars, and you're not having the fiber that is in the orange to be able to slow down the digestion rate of your sugar. So it's going to hit your bloodstream a lot faster, and it's going to affect your blood sugar and your insulin levels very differently. So you just have to keep that in mind. So overall, you can make juices part of your meal. meal. I wouldn't make them your only meal. Maybe if you have some like type of short, small snack, you can do that. But my other biggest suggestion would be, guys, focus on the veggies. I know that's usually the hardest thing for people to be able to get in there. Throw in the kale, throw in the spinach, throw in the, the collard greens, and cut it with something sweet like apples, bananas, pineapple juice, berries if you want. But juicing can provide great benefits. Just don't let it be your, your only source of fiber in there, because we absolutely need that. If you guys have any questions or any comments that I missed, please let me know. Melissa, I know that you said your asparagus, you just can't get that down. You suffer every day with it. I know you're a trooper getting that in there, but maybe trying to juice, or maybe just selectively putting the right types of vegetables in your shakes, in your smoothies, without overpowering it with like an abundant amount of fruits with the sugars, you can be able to get in those vegetables, those micronutrients, and start to feel a lot better without feeling like you're force feeding foods that you don't like. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a good night, and let me know how you like your juicing.